Reef, Stalked focuses on Nick, who, after her sister's murder, seeks solace along with her younger sister and two friends through a Pacific Island kayaking adventure. Hours into the trip, the women are stalked by a shark and must band together, face their fears, and save each other. This is written and directed by Andrew Traucki and it hit Shudder at the end of July. It's actually a standalone sequel to Traucki's 2010 film The Reef, which I haven't seen, but that won't be a big deal if you also haven't seen it, as this focuses on an entirely new set of characters. Now the film tries to blend two different types of movies together. It kicks off with Nick witnessing her sister's murder, where she's drowned in a bathtub by an abusive ex, and part of the film is supposed to be about how Nick tries coming to terms with her sister's death and moving on, with several sequences of her out at sea, even showing her hallucinating seeing her sister drowning. And then the other part of this is a creature feature with our protagonist trying to survive being eaten by a CGI shark. Now, it's a commendable effort to try fusing this heightened genre piece with something a bit more meaningful so that the characters feel a little more relatable, and it gives each sequence more emotional weight, but the way that the two come together, it just constantly felt like two different movies were fighting for control here, and it made this feel severely disjointed. Now, the performances are all fine. Theresa Lane plays Nick, and she does a solid job with what she was given to do, and during the first part of the movie, as we see our four leads all together, I did like the camaraderie that was established among them, and they were all fairly likable. It's just that when the film tries flipping back and forth between its more metaphorical aspects and then the shark attack stuff, it turns things into a disjointed experience. Rarely did I ever feel a sense of dread at hand. For one thing, the CGI for the shark, while not the worst I've seen, could have honestly been better, as there were some sequences it didn't look all that convincing. And then going along with that, the way the film would very jarringly transition from this heightened moment of our protagonist trying not to be eaten, to then these moments of Nick hallucinating or anything in that vein, it would feel very jarring. I think it was meant to give off a feel of disorientation, similar to how she's feeling, but all that really happened was that it would undercut some of the tension of the moment we were currently in, and it would take me out of the moment. I do think too that the two sorts of narratives this movie was trying to tell didn't help either. Creature features and character studies generally have two very different sorts of tones, and not that I don't think it's impossible to blend both together, but in this instance, because of how jarring some of these transitions would feel, it just felt like two different movies were conflicting with one another. So The Reef Stalked ultimately didn't work for me. While I commend the effort of trying to give a creature feature something more meaningful, and I thought all the performances worked, the film had a difficult time building a true sense of dread due to the fact that it constantly felt like two different movies were butting heads with each other, and each scene would undermine what we get just before it. It's far from a terrible movie, but it still missed the mark for me. The Reef Stalked gets a 4 out of 10. So let me know, did you see The Reef Stalked, or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? How does this compare to the original if you've seen it, and what's your favorite shark movie? Let me know in the comments below so we can discuss. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it, and for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching everyone, and keep having fun with film.